God. I kind of love the holding the mic.
I know it's a podcast.
I love it. I love it. So good.
Fun story to kick it off. Antonio Brown, he used to think that my Instagram handle, well, it's Tayola Photo. It used to be just Tayola, but he used to think it was Yola. I have a video of him saying Toya Yola. I guess he couldn't read. And so the nickname Yola came about. So call me whatever.
Tayola.
Tayola
Photo. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Taylor Ollason, thank you so much for joining the cookie table. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
This has been a long time coming. When we met the first time, I was like, dude, we need to do this.
I know.
When the heck was that? I remember where we were. I remember the couple, but was that 2024?
It was. Oh my God, October of 2024, which is like a lifetime ago. Not real.
That's a long time.
I know. Insane.
That's a long time. Welcome to the cookie table. You are an oatmeal raisin girly.
I am. I know it's a hot take. I love an oatmeal raisin. I love a raisin.
Yeah.
It's a grape. It adds to the wine vibe.
Yeah. I love it. And you are so kind to bring the wine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's get it poured here.
I love a wine.
It's so good. I love when, and I'm going to fill her up. So we're going to be sitting here talking. And if at any point you want to refill, I'll never judge that either. But thank you for bringing this. You're very kind.
Of course.
Thank you to Nancy B's Bakery for the oatmeal cookies, which we love. We love. First time actually using them, but they are local to Homestead, where Joyful Commons is, where we are recording. Shout out Homestead. Technically West Homestead, I guess. Yeah. But this is my third time recording with my new little makeshift studio. And I feel like it's getting better each time.
Yeah.
I feel like this looks a little better than it did last week with Miranda. So thank you. Or 2 weeks ago, should I say. We're doing the mic hold instead of the big sticks.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
It's like I feel very important.
Yeah. I'm a fan of this. So thank you for guinea pigging with me. And cheers to being here.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Are you typically a white drinker or did you do that for me?
Okay. Funny you ask. I'm big into red wine.
Okay.
Cab. She's my go-to.
Okay.
And I woke up 2 months ago and I said, I need a nice crisp white wine. And so I've been on a white wine kick. I used to love a Chardonnay, but I'm grown now.
Isn't that funny?
I'm an adult.
Me too.
And I just can't do it.
Yeah.
My mom loves a Chardonnay. I just can't do it.
So thick.
And for a hot summer day, I don't need that in my energy. So here we are.
Yes.
Pinot.
Crisp Pinot or Sauvy B are my
She's
favorite.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
Thank you. Taylor, talk about you. So first off, you're a photographer.
Yes.
Talk about you. Tell me about your start. Why'd you get into photography?
By accident.
Okay.
Oopsies. In high school, actually, I signed up for a math class and I sat there for one day and I go, oh, this isn't it. I'm not a math girl. I went to my guidance counselor and the only thing left open was analog black and white photography. And I said, all right, whatever, just knock it off the list. And after that first class, I said, oh my God, this is it. And that was my sophomore year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom actually worked for the Art Institute just in general. And I was actually born here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Grew up in Lancaster County. Shout out 717. And then I came back here to go to the Art Institute and I knew instantly that this is what I was going to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was going to be weddings or sports.
Yeah.
But here we are. So
here we are.
It's crazy.
That is what is so cool. Well, one, I'm going to ask you what sets you apart from other photographers, like wedding photographers specifically in Pittsburgh. But you do weddings, but you also are a very large part of the Steelers organization and their photos. Talk about that.
Well, I wouldn't say large part.
I think you are. I'm going to tell people you're the number one. Tell me about that.
So in college, I saw at the guidance counselor, whatever they're called in college, that there was an opening for fan photography. And basically for 4 or 5 seasons, I just walked around the stadium and I photographed fans all game long. And then in 2016, I send an email to my boss and I say, hey, just seeing if you still need a fan photographer or marketing at that time for the season. And he called me within 10 minutes of that email. And he said, hey, I actually need a intern. Would you like to do it? And I go, okay. This was, again, 2016 was just, social media was different. Yeah. Sports were so different. So it was the full-time intern for 2 years from 2016 to 2018. Okay. After that, I just never really left. I always did game days. I was more so behind the scenes. I was doing a lot of live editing. So the photographers on the field would send me photos in real time. I would get them ready for social media, for the website, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm back there part-time.
Sorry, I'm like moving stuff. See, this is our makeshift
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out still. It's okay.
We're figuring this out.
So I'm there part-time.
Yeah.
I help a lot with the archival process, with the museum. And then game days, I'm on the field doing home games. My position kind of changes. So sometimes I'm on the field. Sometimes I'm in the stands in the 500 levels for a more elevated view. Yeah, that's what I do. So
do you have opportunities like that you will talk to the players or they know you?
Yes. So when I was an intern, yes, because we're there. I mean, training camp is coming up.
Yeah.
It is just such a cool environment and cool experience where you are in the same cafeteria, you know, it's up at St. Vincent. So you're in dorms, you're walking the same campus, and they get to know you pretty well. I mean, we're in their face with a camera all through training camp. What is that, like 3 weeks? And then on game days. And then as an intern, you also are in the facility 40 hours a week and you're photographing practices and events. And so you are kind of around them and they do get to know you. So there are a few people that have been there since I've been an intern and even were drafted. I've gone to the airport pickup for like the draft and everything. Cool. And so, yeah, I'm sort of a familiar face, but you know,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very fun.
So you're going to be at training camp then in a couple of weeks here?
So I'm actually going up
the next, wait, when?
It actually starts tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Well, yesterday when this comes out, I will be up there for media days. So we do the content collection that kind of carries us through the season. We do a lot of stuff. I'll be on the gray seam list, which basically means all those photos get sent to the network and they're put on ESPN and NFL Network and all of that stuff. Them kind of just like standing there, you know, being dudes.
Right.
But so I'll do that and I'll be up there for, it used to be Friday Night Lights. It's now Saturday Night Lights. I don't know what we're calling it. It's just nighttime practice.
Okay.
It's a tradition up at Latrobe.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very fun experience. Very crowded.
Yeah.
If you plan to go, get there very early.
That's this Saturday?
No, this is next Saturday.
Okay. What is that, the 8th?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And now with a whole new coaching staff, it's going to be incredible. The vibes are just going to be high and amazing. And I really can't wait. Yeah.
You truly, are you truly a football fan? I don't want you to feel like you have to lie. I know that's kind of a big question. But do you truly love the Steelers? Like, this is like, cool. I love this.
Born and raised a Steelers fan. Born and raised.
Yeah.
Getting this job was such a surreal experience for me because my parents, we watched sports growing up and I learned football. And so, again, I never thought that I just thought being a fan photographer, I'd do that a couple seasons and then I'd carry on. And here we are years later. And, you know, I don't tout myself as a sports photographer. Right. That's just kind of something like, if people know that about me, it's very funny. My family and my husband, of course, they love being like, oh, she works for the Steelers. I'm like, that's not me. That's not me. It's like my business is me, but it's cool, you know? So sometimes I name drop it. Sometimes it's just not who I am. Yeah. But if you know that about me, it's a fun little thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So born and raised Pittsburgh area or just Steelers fan?
Just born here, raised in Lancaster.
That's you said
and
that.
then I grew up in Lancaster, came back for college, and now I live in the South Hills where I was born. Perfect. South Hills girly for life. I know that's a hot take, but I love the South Hills.
Do you cross bridges even though?
Okay, listen.
They hate it. They hate it.
I love to go to Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
I love to go to the north side. I love to go downtown. Ask me to go to the East End. No, I can't do it. Yeah. The parking going through Oakland, that's the bane of my existence. I'll do it for any client. Just let it be known. But if you want to go to dinner, I don't know, come to me.
Yeah, I get it.
It's too much.
It takes a lot of time.
Oh, it's exhausting.
And it is frustrating when something's like 5 miles away and it takes like 20 to 30 minutes. It's so dumb.
No.
Yeah.
The South Hills, listen, it's slept on.
Yeah.
I know it's a pain to get to.
Yeah.
But we have great restaurants. I don't know. More hype for the South Hills.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Which is, speaking of slept on stuff, that bridge was getting the construction.
It's going to open tonight.
So nice.
Okay. First of all, I think this is an engineering feat.
Yeah.
I need from start to finish of when they demolished it to when they finished it. I need the time lapse.
Yeah.
I need the whole thing. Truly. Because it is fascinating to me. And it's supposed to open 16 days sooner.
Amazing.
I don't want to know the logistics of why, but
as long as it's safe. I guess we'll trust it. It.
Yeah, I trust it.
Well, no, we're good.
Well,
we're good.
I don't trust PennDOT, but I trust.
Yeah,
I trust it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But everyone's been rerouted through like Homestead past Joyful Commons.
Shout out Homestead.
Shout out.
We love it here.
Yeah.
And there's a Chick-fil-A and a movie theater in Purgatory. Shout out Purgatory. Love it over there.
It's a brewery across the street. It's amazing.
What
Golden
mortgage-
Age Brewing will name drop.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
And there's a free parking lot.
Free.
You can park.
We love free.
We're soups good here. We're soups good here. Which while we're shouting out, I want to give another shout out to Steel City Neon.
This looks fantastic.
Yeah,
this looks
really
so
nice.
good.
And last episode, I did not have batteries for the dimmer. This is dimmed, so it looks a little.
Yeah, so we're not
This is
glowing.
a little better.
Orange.
Yeah,
orange is not really my color.
we were glowing
when
last
we're
time.
glowing.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah,
I forgot the ring light last time. Now we have some lighting.
I feel illuminated.
Yeah, this isn't
it looks great.
It's
beautiful.
Enough about the setup. Enough about the
No,
setup.
it looks great, guys. It looks great.
And more about your photography style. So coming from, we're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
There's argument that I think a lot of industries are oversaturated in the Pittsburgh area.
Mhm.
How do you set yourself apart? But like, not even that. What is your style specifically that you feel sets you apart from other photographers in the Pittsburgh area?
So taking it all the way back to when I first started, I got into this business in 2014. I've been doing this for a long time. And, social media and just the wedding industry was vastly different.
Yeah.
And I think about this constantly.
Yeah.
And, there are some wedding photos that are gorgeous, that are cookie cutter, but I have always strived to just be out of the box. And so a lot of my work is that I'm putting people on tables and chairs and laying on the ground and really pushing the boundary of, the female being more dominant and the female being like this. Of course, on a wedding day, the female is the center of attention.
Right.
But, I love to reverse those roles sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to be the cookie cutter photographer. I don't want to be for everybody. And it's funny that we're even talking about this now. I just kind of am shifting how I model my business and model how I cover a wedding day so that the experience of working with me is not that of everybody else's. Like, I truly want to stand out and make, yes, your wedding day memories, but also art for your wall. Because isn't that the point? Like, my wedding was in a dive bar, which is wild. I love a dive bar.
Yeah.
Shout out Spirit.
I love
But I went into my own wedding day and I thought, well, this has to be art. This needs to be creative because you only get this one time. And I want this to be funky but represent us. And so your wedding day is not meant to be timeless, or that word doesn't mean anything because nothing is timeless. There's always a trend, there's always a change. And I want it to embody who you two are as a couple. So if you love a dive bar and you love standing on a bar, great. Let's do it. Like, let's get weird.
Yeah.
So I'm really channeling the funky out of the box, which I know is not for everybody.
Yeah.
That's okay. And I also, there are the grandma poses. We love those. I have a couple of those, but let's really challenge the wedding industry for what it can be.
When we worked together and I saw your photos for the first time, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I love different too. And I think a lot of professionals in the industry, when you're in it for a while, you see the same things, which is okay.
Sure.
But when there is the different or the out of the box, it kind of sparks that creativity and it brings that creativity back, like at least like from my point of view as a wedding planner. So seeing your photos was like, this is just great.
And
it's
that is
so different. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, I just love them.
Thank you. And that's really refreshing to hear because not that I need a pat on the back, right?
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear that it's just not your average. And I do think that, and I've done workshops in Colorado and I'm doing one in Jackson Hole in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm really trying to lean into something that it's not just Pittsburgh.
Right.
So I don't know. I think Pittsburgh has like the classic, but let's get weird.
Yeah.
Like I not that I want that to be my slogan, but I want to be known for kind of out of the box.
Did you have a photo, correct me if I'm wrong, where the woman was standing kind of above and over her new husband and her leg was over him? Did you do something
I've done
like
a couple
that?
of those.
Did you ever have any backlash on posting your photos and someone is like, this is strange, or like, why would you do that?
Trying to think. Not in that instance. I did have a wedding in Lancaster and I actually went to high school with this girl and she wore Doc Martens. And there's a photo we did during sunset and they were smoking cigs and her leg was kicked out and her Doc Martens were showing and she had a slit in her dress and it was just like the most badass thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I did it's always the Facebook moms.
Yeah.
Because I said, I think the caption was something along the lines of, these two make smoking look cool. And this woman came for me and like, she's like fighting with me in the comments. And I thought, it's really just not that worth it. But I never have I've had people think like, oh, that's not really for me. That's okay.
You're not my client.
And I always want to, I preface everything that I do. I've really leaned into putting myself in the poses, whether it be showing the female how to pose or one of the couples how to pose so that I know that it's comfortable and kind of like natural and feels right, but so they can see what it will look like. And if there have been times where people have been like, no, that's okay. Like, we don't want to do that. And that's totally fine. I adjust. I go on the fly and I think, right, like, how can we still make it cool? Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to ask as well when I was looking at your website, do you primarily shoot by yourself or do you have second shooters?
I love shooting by myself. No hate to the second shooter game. You guys are incredible. Perfect. Because I started this at such a young age and in such a different space of the wedding world, I have learned how to cover a 12-hour day by myself.
Yeah.
You know, it is challenging, but if sports has taught me anything, sometimes you don't have that extra set of hands. Like, sometimes you just really have to figure it out. And maybe that's me putting too much on my plate, but at the end of the day, I know where I need to be.
Yeah.
I also don't have to then edit extra photos at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't know. It just works for me.
Right.
And I actually just had this conversation with my friend just not that long ago of how do you do that? And it's been so long that I just know where to be and how to cover it and get it from all angles. The only really exception I do that for is when it's a very large wedding, like 250 plus. That's a lot of people for me to handle on my own. But there have been Steeler events that I've covered on my own of that magnitude. You just adapt and figure it out. You know? So
good for you.
Yeah. But I do love people can add that on at any time. Like, whenever they want. But I love working on my own. It's just something I'm used to, you know?
Good for you. Moving and grooving, huh?
Always.
Just moving and grooving throughout the wedding day. Speaking of your unique photos and your, style being different, you won a Junebug photo winner.
Yeah.
2025 Junebug Weddings engagement photo winner. Just talk about that process. Did they seek you out? Did you apply?
So Junebug's
a big deal for those that aren't aware. Look it up.
Every year I submit.
Yeah.
Previous to that year, I have submitted twice before, never winning.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So to get that email I literally ran down and I cried to my husband. I was like, and I couldn't tell anybody either because they tell you like a month before it goes live. And shout out Melina and Drew. They're the couple that won that. But I submit every year. And I never photograph anything with the intent of this is going to win an award. That is just never my thought process. But it's always a hope, and I never got into this being like, I have to win an award, but it's nice when you get recognized and
absolutely,
it helps the credential of it all to say, oh, I won something, or to be featured on Berg Brides, or to be featured on a podcast, or be featured in anything. It's such an honor for the business in general. Right. So
I'm going to put a photo of it. I'm going to try to. Okay, on this video, I'm going to try to do that. Okay, that'll be my first time doing that. Okay,
if it's here somewhere.
If I fail, at my editing, because that's right.
You can just go to my Instagram. It's right there.
It's right there.
First photo.
It's pinned to the top. It's beautiful. Were you at the museum, like Carnegie Museum of Art, or where were you? Because there was art behind.
Yes, we went to Carnegie Museum. We did their session at Carnegie, and then we went to the Columns, which is a classic, one of my favorites. So that's actually, a lot of people see that photo and they think, we want to go to Carnegie, which is such a stunning space to begin with. I love going there, and they're constantly changing the art, which is wonderful for couples. Everything is fresh and new, no matter when you go.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's beautiful. So you're with the Steelers.
Yeah.
You're featured and published. Taylor's killing it.
Yikes.
Crushing it right now. One of my favorite things about you as well, as I continue to, ride the hype train, is
thank you.
Your hot takes are good. You're not afraid to talk about them.
Yes.
As well. I know there's a lot of vendors, which is fine, that we're just like, oh, I would like to talk about it, but also like I'm like afraid for any backlash, and like your hot takes, which we're going to start diving into, are not anything that's like, to like, shoot you in the foot, I guess, right? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But you're on Threads, you're active on Threads.
Yes.
Which is great. for those of you that are not on Threads, it's kind of like what is it, like the Instagram equivalent to kind of
Twitter.
X or whatever, Twitter, whatever the hell we want to call it. So I like it. I enjoy being on Threads and reading. It's like my morning newspaper.
Oh my God. I could scroll for hours.
Yeah.
People's takes are insane. I'm mild. I'm like a drop in these people go crazy.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly. So I want to start getting into them. And we relate on a lot of them, which I was like, dude, this is so good. One of the biggest ones right now.
I have to take a sip for this. I already know where this is going.
The biggest one is about the knot.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been for a couple, truly years now. But to see your response, I was like, shit. Mm-hmm. She is saying what I've been thinking and I've been kind of holding in because everyone's like, the knot is super bad. The knot is awful. Fuck the knot. They hate you.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that the, 2025 knot winners and all of that, whatever, the annual winners, I understand it's based on how many reviews you get. They have to be 5 stars. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
That is common. Because my husband's in home improvement and Angie, like same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Sure.
The only way you get the awards is based on reviews.
Exactly.
Like, it's very common.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with performance work, what you put out. Mm-hmm. It is truly what people say about you. And isn't that feeding into just like, I don't know, this twisted version of society that we live in of
how real is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because imagine I could create burner accounts and say all those nice things about myself. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. It's
and I wouldn't put it past a lot of these people winning. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is incredibly true. That's incredibly valid.
Yeah.
Pricing per month is for a small business high.
Sure.
I would say.
I actually have no idea since I've gone off of it.
So I'll say it. I'm at $256 a month.
That's nothing. Listen.
When you book.
Listen.
Yeah. So we're going to, because I'm terrible at math. We're going to do it right now.
Do the math because.
Of the whole year. Okay. Let's see.
And that's.
256 times 12.
I think the highest price that you can pay is what, let's just round up and say 360.
Yeah. Yeah.
The math of whatever that is.
Yeah.
For the entire year, one wedding pays for itself.
And that's the part where it's like, so it's, so 256 a month is $3,000. And so
that's $3,072.
I mean, again, it is
that's one wedding. It's one wedding.
That's one wedding. So that's like the argument where it's like, that should be one wedding, right? You shouldn't be on that platform if one wedding probably isn't covering that.
Right.
The majority of my inquiries right now are coming from the knot.
No.
Where are yours coming from?
Yikes. I don't. Honestly, mine's a lot. Well, my inbox is a little quiet, so call me. Just kidding. But I have been getting a lot of inquiries, and a lot of them are word of mouth or Instagram. I have a few, and I'm not really sure what I changed on my website in the last 2 weeks, but I have a lot coming from Colorado. I got one the other day for DC. I got one for Florida.
Amazing.
Great. I love to travel.
Yeah.
I was just in Montana. That was one of my favorite places ever.
Yeah.
I will say, so I went off the knot almost a year ago.
Okay.
I woke up one day and in saying I want to be this funky out of the box, that's not really the knot, That is not the client that I want to attract. And then I started planning my own wedding and I knew what I wanted for the majority of it. There were a couple odds and ends things here. And amidst my planning, I would type in, I don't know what, to Google, something wedding related.
Yeah.
And the first thing that popped up was always the knot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as somebody who works in the industry, I knew to scroll past.
Yes.
Clients, however, they don't know that this is a scam. Well, okay, let me take that back. They don't know how we perceive the knot as vendors.
Yeah.
So they're going to click on it and they're going to find their dream vendor. Now, I have gone back and forth a lot within the last month and a half of going back on it. And in going back on it, I will pay the premium. I will pay that top price to be one of the first 10, 12 views or listings. And I will make my storefront as I want to find my perfect client.
Absolutely.
And I think, listen, that could be said for any listing of, it could be Google. It could be like your perfect client's going to find you no matter where you're listed. And so, yes, the knot has scams. So does Google. So does Instagram.
Right.
And it's whether or not you fall for it. And a lot of people say, well, the ghosting has gotten so bad. The ghosting has gotten bad everywhere.
Yeah.
It's bad everywhere.
Yeah.
I will get inquiries. I send them my pricing guide, radio silence.
Yeah.
And guess what? They don't know me anything. I sent them a link and they click it and they say, not for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not offended.
No.
I'm truly not. I'm even not offended if I have a phone call with you and I don't hear back.
Nothing. Yeah.
Because after I planned a wedding,
it's a lot.
I was overstimulated.
Yes.
And I've done a lot of things. I'm kind of derailing, but
no, you're not. You're fine.
There are a lot of things that I now do differently in my business after having a wedding, and I don't fault anybody for ghosting me. And you simply owe me nothing for an initial discovery call. And I know this is another hot button take that I've talked about.
Yeah.
There are so many people that go on Threads or on Instagram of, please don't ghost us. Do you know how many people reach out to?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to expect them to meet with 7 different photographers, one group of vendors.
Yeah.
Pick one and then say, now I have to write an email to all 6 people.
Yes. I agree with you.
Are you kidding me?
Completely.
And now I have to worry about paying the deposit for 7 different vendors. Like, it's just, we asked so much of these potential clients.
Yes.
And going back to the knot, we asked so much of them. And for us to say, don't click anybody on the knot. Well, okay. So where do you want them to find people?
Literally.
You want them to spend another 16 hours of research? That's not realistic in this economy. Like in this climate, like people have jobs, people have lives. So if we have the knot, and I will say the knot can be a lot better at weeding out. I think that's where a lot of people started moving on, is it's not exclusive. It never was to begin with.
Right.
But there are people that are scammers. There are people that will charge $2,000 for a full scale wedding and not show up or show up late or drop the ball. Yeah. You pay for what you get, honestly. So,
yep.
That's my knot rant.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways. I don't know. I'm not pro or anti. I'm just, she's there and
it's true.
My inbox was popping and now it's, I wouldn't say not popping, but it's
just not as
slowed
much.
down.
And it's also, like you said, this economy, this is a hard year for a lot of us. It's just a hard year to, like, it just is. It sucks, but it's a hard year. And it has been a quieter year, I think, for a lot of us. But when it comes to the knot in particular, I am getting the majority, I would say, of my full scale clients from the knot. And my full scale clients are the ones that makes me the most money, obviously. And so, one full scale client is paying for the knot for 2 years, over 2 years, so it's like, okay, cool. What's the issue?
Yeah.
And I get a lot of my out of state people, especially from the knot, because they don't know where to look. So they're looking, the one national platform is the knot. I have so many couples that are currently in Denver or currently wherever, but we're getting married in Pittsburgh. So they are literally seeking wedding planners, full scale wedding planners on the knot. And I'm getting them because you
know the market and they don't. And so they don't know how to plan a wedding from miles away. And if there's the knot to do it, why not? Why not? Like,
why
Sure,
not?
why not?
And I got a full scale client out of state in California getting married at Nemacolin. And I'll probably never be back at Nemacolin.
Yeah.
It was a very intimate affair. There wasn't a ton of people. It wasn't a huge wedding, but I got it. I like low key manifested it too. It was weird. It was like the week before. I was like, one day I'm going to be there. I don't know for what, but I'm going to be there. And then it came in. I was like, oh shit, bro.
You're like, oh God, where am I?
It was weird. It was so weird. But it happened. And I thought, that was amazing. So I understand the scam point of view, but everything that you said about like the couples don't know that, like, and what can we do besides talk about it and try to bring the knot down? Are we really going to? No. It's never going to go away.
It's not. And again, I do think they could do a much better job at make it exclusive.
Yeah.
And when I say exclusive, obviously on a much larger scale, I'm not saying
just vet your vendors and make sure they're not shitty. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so maybe that would also help us, which I know we're in the business of helping couples, but if you want more, if you want to be reputable and not have the wedding industry shit talk you, here's how, like, listen to us vendors because let's help each other. Truly. I don't know, like that's the business that we're in, is everybody help. It's a group effort.
Yeah.
So
it is. Yeah, it is. And you mentioned about ghosting in that as well. I completely agree with you. And like, I wanted to add to that about like, okay, the people that are upset about getting ghosted, are you following up?
Yeah.
Is like question number one as well. Like, if you think you had a really wonderful phone call with a couple, which I get it, sometimes it's one side and you're like, oh my God, that call went amazing. Yeah. Or you think it went bad and they end up booking you.
Yeah.
But are
like,
you,
whoa, what?
Wow, they actually liked me.
Oh my God, they liked me at my weirdest. Like, let's go.
Contract sent.
Yeah.
Are you following up with them? And I sometimes wonder if they're not and they just expect a response or they expect someone to say something. I don't know. But I agree with you. I don't think you owe anyone a response as a couple getting married, because it's so much.
Daunting.
I think maybe as a planner, if you're the person vetting the vendors, to try to, because you have relationships with those people.
Yes.
But also as a planner, I'm keeping it to like 3 inquiries. You know, I'm not reaching out to a billion people for that reason, because I know who I'm reaching out to.
Right. And yeah, you know what your couple wants.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Exactly. But I agree with the ghosting thing as well.
Yeah.
Another hot take, as we are drinking, because this is different. We're not at a wedding.
I need to take a sip of this
please.
too.
And that's what I always say too. Like, I hate when I like will completely like plummet my guests with questions, because I'm like the one that like my wine will be down. Okay. But as someone that clearly you're not against alcohol, we talked about our love for wine. For
love,
we both love wine. However, vendors drinking at weddings, and we mainly see it with bands. I think
not exclusively though.
Yeah, not exclusively. Tell me about your feelings on that.
Let's just start. I'm against it.
Yeah.
It's not my party to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not my alcohol to consume.
Yeah.
Now, there are couples, a majority of my couples, I would say 95% of my couples, I become friends with in this whole planning process.
Yeah.
We get drinks beforehand. We have a lasting relationship afterwards. My signature rule is that if you want me to have a bevy on your day, you have to physically hand it to me, because I will not be at the bar. Every person in that room is a potential client, whether it's wedding related, whether it's family, whether it's maternity. I don't care what it is. You are, and if they see me drinking or getting my own drink, what does that say about anything else that I'll go to? Yeah. You know, I don't care that it's an open bar. It's not my alcohol to consume.
It's true.
You know, the argument has been made that, well, it's just one and it's at dinner. Can we not enjoy dinner without a beer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially
Sorry.
if it's just one.
Like, sorry. I don't know. To me, it's just weird. I'm still, we're all still working after. So
right.
I wouldn't say I'm a lightweight, but you know, I just don't need to be one drink in and then what? Like, not that I like need to drink either.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know the purpose of it. And the argument has been made of, it's just one drink. Okay. Can you do it when you get home? Like, you're only drinking it because it's free right now. Like,
such a good point.
I have never understood it. And I don't know. They're like my DJ. First of all my vendors at my wedding, I said, drink. Yeah. Literally drink. I'm contradictory. I know. My wedding planner, Rebecca, she wouldn't. And I said, what the hell, sister? My DJ.
This is a safe space.
Safe space. DJ Crush, love you. I said, have a drink. And he did, because I said it's fine. Yeah. And I don't know if any of my guests care, but I care. So I wanted them to have fun. But again, I'm not judging. I just don't understand it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So if you need that drink at dinner to get you through the rest of the night, great. It's just not my alcohol to consume. Right. This might get me chastised. I don't know. People are like so mean about this take. Like people come for me for saying previously, it's just not my party to enjoy. Like, yes, I'm going to dance on the dance floor, but like, I don't need alcohol to do it. Right. So don't come for me. This is just my opinion.
No, and that's fine. And I think too, like when couples are giving you the go ahead and like, I want you to have fun. I agree with that. I think that's like super different. Yeah. And if you're like, okay, well, you know, and it's like for me too, as a wedding planner, like by the time dinner starts, like it's all downhill for me. Right. I'm trying to get to dinner, and then there's usually only a few more formalities after dinner. Yeah. And I'm sitting there for 2, sometimes 3 hours to wait to tear down. Yeah. So at that point, okay, cool. Like I'm good. Like I can tear down, like whatever.
And
like,
and
I'm not
like
gonna
the art room where you can kind of hide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like maybe that's where you enjoy your beer, not in the comfort of the party.
Yes.
But also to your point, like, don't you just want to chug water?
Truly.
Are you guys not tired?
Truly, I am thirsty. I need to pick me up with a Coke or something.
I need caffeine.
Yeah.
And they don't ever put the coffee out until dinner time. That's vendors, venues. Let's like, come on, put it out sooner. We need it.
It's so true. It's so true.
Like,
I'm
just
dying.
Have a that says vendors.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so
That would be so nice. Guys, just kidding. I'm asking too much. Just give me a hot cup of coffee. I don't care.
No, that's a great point. And like when it comes to bands specifically, they're always at the bar, they're always drinking, and it's like I don't know. Like if you could still do your job, I guess it doesn't matter. But I feel like sometimes it's like they take on like the rock star role. Do you know what I mean?
The Tom Sandoval's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like it's like
I just don't. I truly.
I don't know.
I don't get it. I just don't.
And again, dinner.
we don't.
Yeah.
Like, just chug water.
Yeah.
I promise you'll get your thrill.
Yeah.
Or chug like a monster. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Just be reasonable, I guess, or wait until you sit down or leave. I don't know. I agree, because I've definitely, like, a few times I have had a glass of wine, but I wait until it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go sit.
Yeah.
And, whatever. And it's usually the couple that wouldn't care.
Yeah. And again, if any of my couples want to hand it to me, I'll say great.
Perfect.
As long, and I have a wedding next year in France, which is amazing.
Wow.
I know. Big.
What?
Yeah. It's going to be, it's going to be insane. Bryn, if you're watching, it's going to be amazing, but it's more of I want you to photograph the wedding, but I also want you to have fun. We're there for an entire week. It's a whole thing. Patrick is coming.
Yeah.
And we got dinner recently, and she goes, I better see a drink in your hand, like, for most of the weekend. I say, and she goes, I'll hand it to you. And I go, at least you know the rule, babe. So yeah, I make it pretty clear.
Yeah.
I just
want you to be welcoming.
Yes. I just want to, I want to have fun, but I want it to be respectful of the couple, because at the end of the day, they're my priority, not drinking, not partying.
100%.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
You have mentioned traveling a few different times now. So I want to kind of veer to that.
Yeah.
You're going to France. It's amazing. You said you were just in Montana.
Yep. Elopement.
You are building this beautiful travel kind of portfolio, which I think is incredible.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. Is our goal to get out there more, adhere to traveling? Do you consider yourself an elopement photographer?
No. Whoa, that was aggressive.
Out of the gate, but I can do it.
I can do it. It's funny because I do enjoy traveling,
Yeah.
but I am such a homebody. I love my couch.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with my husband. I love my cat, Basil.
Yeah.
And I love being able to drive home after a wedding.
Right.
All that to say, though, because I've been in this so long, it is nice for a change of scenery.
100%.
I've done weddings in Deep Creek. I've done them pretty much a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And so I do enjoy something different that isn't Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I've been to most of these venues. I've worked with all the same vendors whom I love. I love everybody in this community.
Yeah.
But it's nice to kind of get out. And I'm actually, this weekend, I'm in Indiana, the state, Indianapolis. I don't really know. Indy, that's where I'm going.
Indiana. Okay.
And that's going to be really
amazing.
fun. I'm
Yeah.
going to, I believe it's called Black Iris Estate. It is. They're getting married in like this greenhouse situation. It's going to be fantastic. And so it's nice to get a different perspective, like vendor wise, outside of Pittsburgh.
Right.
Because, you work in the same city and with the same people. And
Yeah.
one thing that my friend Rebecca, my wedding planner, she said to me, she goes to all these different conferences in different states. And she said she was talking about how Pittsburgh's wedding community is like a little bit behind. Like we're like 2 steps behind.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that kind of in play at a wedding in Indy, of just how people run things, of florists and venues and planners. I just would love to see the different vibe that everybody has.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I do enjoy traveling, and I like seeing that, but again, I love being home. But places like Montana, I was there for 3 days, which was not long enough.
Easy, yeah.
And I'll be in Jackson Hole for a workshop that I'm very excited about.
That's very cool.
Kind of really, again, pushing the boundaries of what I can do and bring to this market.
That's beautiful.
I'm really trying to challenge myself and also challenge my couples. I think you have to get out of this bubble to push yourself harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it expands your knowledge.
Truly.
Which is incredible.
Truly.
And not everybody is doing that. Right. Not like, that I think gives you a leg up in so many ways.
Yeah.
But I had a wedding in Deep Creek as well, that when I saw the caterers operate out of a golf cart barn, it was one of the most spectacular things I think I've ever seen. And I was like, my jaw was like on the floor, and I was like, you had a 50-person operation coming out of this golf cart. And the way they were like, 8 people at a table, 8 people went out and served each one and set it down. And they knew exactly, like, it was just so seamless.
Yeah.
Pumping out. And it wasn't a huge wedding, but it was, 150 people enough. Like, it was just miraculous.
Insane. And the way that they work, and they just have, not saying that anybody here doesn't, work efficiently, but it's cool to see. And you'd mentioned having a wedding in Florida.
Yes.
So you're also going to experience a different climate of, and that's a pretty big market too. That is a lot of That's a big change from Pittsburgh. That is a destination wedding. So they have to be efficient. They have to pump it out in 10 seconds or less.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's impressive. And it just, as much as we can bring back what we're learning here, but also what is such a shame is I feel like a lot of vendors and venues specifically in the Pittsburgh area say no very often and very quickly.
Yeah.
And they don't want to try something new or they don't want to do something. And I think
Scared.
that's part of the bummer too, because I have tried. So my best friend got married in Brooklyn and they had late night bites.
Oh my God.
Crazy. On the dance floor, being butler passed at like 10 p.m.
Like just pass me a slider while I'm dancing.
It was
like, I'll stay as a
It was
guest.
such a vibe.
Yeah.
My husband was losing his shit. He's like, "This is so cool."
Oh my God, that's my dream.
He still talks about their wedding.
That's my dream.
I tried to ask of like a caterer back here if they would do that. And they were like, no. I was like, why?
That's
literally why would you say no
to
to that?
So easy. You know what? Where I got married at Spirit, love them. One of the selling points for us was that they had, if you've never had Spirit pizza, life changing. Their sourdough is quite literally the mother of Spirit.
Okay.
It's like a 40-year-old starter. I might be getting that wrong. Spirit, let me know. But their pizza is incredible.
Yeah.
And they offer that as like the late night bites. Let me tell you, I was so excited about this pizza. I was so excited. I was too busy twerking on the dance floor. I didn't get the pizza.
No.
R.I.P. Neither did Patrick, actually. Yeah. We just had this conversation. I go, I'm so sad I didn't get pizza. And he goes, neither did I. And I go, I think he said, I walked up to see if there was any left and it was all gone, which is amazing. People absolutely should have eaten it because we paid for it and it was perfect and wonderful.
Yeah.
And I said, nobody thought to bring me just a slice while I'm like twerking and doing the stanky leg. Like that would have been a photo.
Yeah, it really would have been.
It's okay. Well, they just opened.
Tapo.
I'm really shouting out Spirit. They just opened their pizzeria or like their restaurant.
Okay.
So I told Patrick all the time, take me, let's go. Yes. So yeah.
Yeah, late night bites, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need someone butler passing them, clearly.
I would have enjoyed the pizza then.
Clearly. And to add, you mentioned Florida. So yes, I am going to Florida for the first time, which I'm so excited for and I'm so grateful for it. We did the tasting at the Omni Amelia Island Resort near Jacksonville area. And even just the way Sydney ran her tasting.
Yeah.
I've been to nice places up here. You know, I've been to the Omni and the Winter Garden, all that.
Sure.
But just the way she ran her tasting, she had a completely separate other table with a bunch of napkin folds so they could all see the napkin folds. And I never get stuff like that up here. And just the way that she was, I'm not saying other venues aren't organized, but she had such a different organization to things that I was like, interesting. And I was like, that was such a pleasant experience.
And it makes the job, I think it makes it that much more aesthetically pleasing for the couple. They know what to expect and they can see all the different options. And so they don't have to do multiple site visits. I not that we did multiple site visits, but I just think
you get all
thing all in one. Yes. And again, I think those markets, because they're destination, they have obviously had to think, how do we make this easy so that people can do it in one trip? And just because I live here doesn't mean I want to make multiple trips to my
True.
Like I want to do everything in one because I have too much stuff going on.
Yes.
So I think that's where I think other markets are ahead of us because they are Pittsburgh's not a destination spot, right?
Right.
But it could be. Right. I mean, look at Picklesburgh. People are coming out. People are coming from across the country.
Touche on that.
You know, like make it a destination. Like make it fun for couples.
I know. And I just like that we've talked about this before on the podcast. Like it's becoming a little impersonal, I think, in some places, in some areas. And it's just like, it's not about you. It's about who's getting married.
Man.
You know, and that's
another hot button topic, but we might have to do a part 2.
We can tangent. We can tangent on that. But even like to add to like that tasting, you know, everyone always gets champagne, which is nice. And I love when they include me. Like there are some venues or tastings that like, even when they're like, oh, you can have up to 4 people.
That's nice.
For a tasting. They'll say that, right? Okay. So for an example, you can have up to 4 people. Okay, great. Well, it's just me, you know, my partner and my planner. So that's up to 3 people. And then they still won't feed me as the planner. Like they don't include me. And I'm like,
so then why even say up to 4 people?
I know. And then I'll be like, oh, that's kind of so I'll literally go hungry sometimes because I think I'm eating and like, again, I don't expect it.
But also,
I just wish I knew it wasn't gonna.
But also, aren't they like making it there and also charging like, for us, I said, can my planner come? And she goes, yeah, we're just going to charge her. Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
But then feed her.
Yeah. But that's what's even more messed up. And they're like, oh, up to 4 is complimentary. Okay, well, it's just 3 of us. And they won't, there's been times where that's happened. I'm like, whoa, now I'm starving and I'm watching you all eat. Oh, shit. That sucks.
And that's so awkward. Like, what? I would literally share my plate with you. I'd be like, Patrick, we're eating together and she's having my plate. That's crazy to me.
So kind. But not only did the Amelia Island Resort include me, it was cute because we were talking about like mimosas at softball. Like I was telling my clients, I was texting my best friend about softball and we should drink mimosas at an early game. And
you should.
Right, literally. We still had our champagne, and the my couple was like, "Jade, there's your mimosa." I was like, "Ah, yeah." And literally, the server came over. I was like, "Do you want orange juice?" I was like, "Are you sure?" And she gave me orange juice, and then she refilled it too. I was like, "You do not have to do that." It was just so nice, and I feel like that would never happen around here.
Oh, unless you know spirit. We all got drinks. We all got drinks, and more than one too.
Yeah,
and also they go, do you want to-go boxes? And I go, do you have more of that bread? I'm telling you, the focaccia, the sourdough, whatever they put in that, it's crack. It's so amazing. Nice. And we both me and Rebecca looked at each other. I was like, can we both get like bread to go? And he goes, the chef, he goes, yeah. I said, can I get married twice here, please? Like amazing.
That's so nice and accommodating.
Yeah,
and
it's
not
amazing.
Enough do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
that is so nice. I love it. I love it. But you're seeing the world and I'm barely starting to, which I'm excited for.
And you're getting there, which is amazing. I think that's so exciting. I think once you get that first wedding that kind of puts you somewhere else. I mean, I don't know who the photographer is, but make it kind of known that you're from Pittsburgh and
I'm willing to come back.
I'm willing to come back, but also like use those photos. Really be obnoxious. In this day and age, you kind of have to be. And it's overwhelming and it's daunting Instagram just sucks. But once you get that wedding and you start posting that, then they kind of go, where is she? Like, where is she based? Obviously put where you're based in your bio, hot button topic, but let it be known that you travel because,
happy to and willing to.
People want that different perspective. Like, I know I said we're not a destination, but like people want the perspective of Pittsburgh or somebody from Lancaster coming into their different space and what they can bring that is not the ordinary, because again, I looked at a couple different photographers not within the Pittsburgh area. And I just, for easeability, it was easy to then hire somebody here. But I wanted somebody who could look at the landscape that I'm in and make it their own. Because again, I live in Pittsburgh, so I photograph the same things all the time. And so I wanted somebody who could look at this with new eyes, which is
brilliant.
When you go to Florida, you're looking at this venue with fresh eyes. You are not the same planner that has been there. You know what I mean? So I think once you get that first one, that just catapults it.
Yes.
And I think it's big for you. It's exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
It's been such a pleasant experience so far. And the people that I've met and the photographer that they are working with, they are hiring, we are the Bowsers. And funny enough, they were like
the photographer.
The photographer.
Okay.
And funny enough, they name dropped several Pittsburgh people. They're like, oh, you're from Pittsburgh. Do you know Tyler Norman, for example? And I was like, yeah. And like, they just knew.
That's so interesting.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So you don't realize, I guess, how tight-knit it can be until you start getting out there. So I'm excited to see that. But with working with different vendors and different photographers comes potentially collaborative posts.
Yes.
And one of I love a good collab post.
Same.
It can also be tough when it's maybe not your style or maybe not something that you wanted to put right there on your grid, which Instagram has changed. I don't know if you've noticed, you can change your grid now.
Love.
Thank God.
Actually, I just posted something the other day and I go, I don't want this to be the cover photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. You can change it.
You can change it.
You can change it now.
Life-changing. I love it.
Did they make it if you are a collaborator, you can pick your cover photo? I don't think yet. Right?
I don't know.
I don't think you can.
They should. Well,
they should,
but I don't know how that would work logistically.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing that we talked about at our wedding together was collaborative posts are amazing. And I actually just got an Instagram DM inquiry from Sapphire and Lace collabing with me. Grateful. Incredible.
Yeah.
They DM'd, wait, I'm getting married there. Are you available? Yeah, let's talk. Like,
yes.
Which is there's so much power in it.
Yeah.
When you have, and I am trying to be better with my grid, but it can be so impossible because of the collaborative.
Yeah.
Is when you are asked to be a collaborator, sometimes it comes out of nowhere and you're not prepared for it or you didn't know, which again, I get it. It's fine. But some people are very rigid to their grids. Yeah. And when they want to post and how they're going to post and that cover photo specifically.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Oh, man, I love a collaboration. I collab with pretty much most of my couples most of my planners, venues, it is when, and this is not a knock on any of my clients, but I take my Instagram feed almost a little too serious.
It's beautiful though.
A psycho.
Shows.
And oh man, I've gotten a couple recently, and obviously I took the photo. I love the photo, duh. But at the current time, it's just not what fits.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is the like, and this is not like singling anybody out, but sometimes it's a church, and that's just not what fits my feed. And that is not knocking anything, but like that's just not what and I was already going to post tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I also, it's a catch-22 because it helps that business or venue or vendor in coming across of my followers. And same could be said of it's helping me get on their pages. So I'm trying to be a little less psychotic about it just because I want to collaborate more with helping other businesses also get seen.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's a reel, well, actually, I just collabed on a reel with nothing wedding related. This fantastic designer who I photographed a couple of her pieces. Nice. She did a reel. And the nice thing about reels, I don't want reels on my main page. I find that annoying as somebody who goes to look at photo inspo and it's just all reels. Like, I want to see that photo. Like, I don't want to see the reel that comes with it. I want to see photos. Yeah. So the good thing about reels is that I can actually hide that from my main feed, which is the best invention that Instagram came out with. So any reel that anybody makes, I'm like, yep, accept. I love that because then I can put it on the reels page, which is where they belong.
Yes. Very smart.
There have been a couple collaborations where I've accepted and then I kind of look at it and I'm like, that doesn't fit my feed anymore. I'll keep it up. I'll keep it up for, a month, 2 months. And then I think you either can hide it or uncollab. I never uncollab. I don't actually know. I'm not smart.
Yeah. Now you can hide it. You can do the same thing. You can remove from the main page. Yes, you can. Ooh. Because I just went through and did that with a few and I felt really bad, but I was just like, but at least I'm still on there. It's still, I'm part of it.
Yes. I just think, and this is somebody who has a creative eye.
Yes.
And also who was in the search of a photographer not that long ago. Yeah. I want this to represent me and like how I curate it. Again, I realize how psychotic it is, but I'm looking at it through a client's perspective.
Yes.
And I need those first photos to be the best of the best. And that's true. And I did this whole education course. It was like a year long and it was really about building your business for what is the best. If you don't think that photo is the best photo, what's the point in posting it? You know what I mean? Like, so I actually have somebody that I text frequently or I'm sitting next to her and I say, what is the best photo for the cover? Like, I need a fresh perspective. And so is that a little crazy? Yes. Sometimes I don't care enough because I love this photo and I just say, this is it. And on wedding days, sometimes I'm posting during the wedding. I've actually kind of removed myself from that because that's not the point of the wedding day, right? But I'm so about what is going to catch the potential client's eye.
Yeah.
While also highlighting what is great for the wedding. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the wedding is not about me.
Right.
So,
but also your brand is important and that matters.
Yes,
and going back to inquiries and where are they coming from? I get a lot from Instagram too.
Yes.
I mean, people are using Instagram to search and find their potential vendors. So having a really healthy looking, beautiful feed is important because they're like, oh shit. And then tagging people because I've gotten a lot of inquiries from people looking at the venues tagged.
Yes.
And they see you on there. Like, oh,
yes.
You did amazing. You made this look beautiful.
Yes.
So it just like brings their vision to life. But one of the most interesting things I think about right now for collaborative posts on Instagram is there's so much value in them. But last September was one of our busiest Septembers.
Yeah.
And we received collaborative posts from basically every single wedding from the photographer, which was amazing. Bring them on. However, I had from a planner eye and point of view, probably about like 6 posts in a row because they all came.
Yeah.
The front photo was the couple posing or the wedding party posing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's where it gets repetitive.
Yes. And it felt repetitive. And I'm like, man, I need to show the detail. Like, I want to show the detail.
Yeah. And as a planner, that's really important.
Yes.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I totally get it.
It's so hard.
Yeah. And also, I am at fault of consistently showing the couple. I just thought about this.
But it's your creative eye.
Yes.
Right? As a photographer.
But sometimes people also want to see how I capture detail, how I capture spaces. And so it's a delicate balance.
So delicate.
Instagram social media showcasing weddings is
Yeah.
so vastly different, even from 6 years ago.
Mhm.
Like I think about COVID time. Well, okay, let's go 1 year prior because COVID, nothing was
Before it
real.
became a shit show. Yeah.
I just think about how we photographed weddings, how we showcased things. It is so different because now you see the trends of the details and
Mhm.
the smaller things on wedding day and not just the couple. So
Mhm.
I think for photographers, it is very difficult in showcasing what we can do, but also how we can pose people, but also how do you photograph the space, but how do you also photograph the party? So
Right.
it's a delicate balance no matter
Yeah.
what angle you look at it.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I'm grateful that Instagram has evolved somewhat to
Sure.
like the removing from the main grid and editing
Yes.
the main grid.
amazing.
That has been huge. Like
Life-changing.
that just kind of very recently happened.
Yeah.
So keep the collabs coming. That's
We
not what
love
the point
them.
of this, conversation
Yeah.
is. Keep them
Yeah.
coming. Just how do we make each collab, adhere to different parties that are
And
accepting it,
I
basically.
also, I never get offended when nobody collabs with me.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's your business as well. So
Mhm.
there are people that I will collab with and
Mhm.
they let it go to the side, but they'll still share it. I think that's important too. Like
For sure.
if you deny my
Mhm.
collaboration, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And also don't take it hard when I don't collab with you.
Yeah.
It's just it wasn't the right time for my feed.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with you. It is
Yeah.
everything to do with me and being
Yeah.
a crazy person. So
But that's good that you even have a plan on Instagram
yeah.
because not
Oh,
everybody does.
no, I'm winging it. I'm pretty sure it says in my Instagram bio, just winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody? I don't know. I'm just winging it.
Literally, I love that you said that because like all of my couples do on consult calls. I'm like, I'll be honest, this is a very fluid process.
Yeah,
this is a very fluid
I am
process.
just a girl running a business. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, you're gonna be happy.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. I'm winging it.
Yeah, we're all winging it. But keep sending the collabs. But while you're on your Instagram, maybe editing something, maybe put your name in your Instagram bio.
Please.
That's a good topic. Not many people have their names. And how does that affect you as a photographer?
Man, I actually replied to a comment on Threads about this, and I'm pretty sure it was a wedding planner or it was a florist. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you can go to my website and find my name. And
so now I'm digging.
Yeah. And if I'm replying to a comment on my post or your post or the couple's post, I don't want to just say thank you. I want to say, thank you, Jade.
Yeah.
I want to know who I'm addressing. I think that makes it a little bit more personal than just saying thank you.
Yeah.
I also realize my Instagram handle, like some people say, oh, it's my Instagram handle. Well, okay, I guess, but like my Instagram handle is Tayola. Like,
yeah,
you don't know what my name is, right?
Yeah,
so like it says Taylor Ollason.
Yeah.
I just think it makes it a little bit more personal. And also as somebody, as a consumer, I'm not going to your link tree and then finding where it says the about me and then reading a paragraph that says I'm so and so. It just we're doing too much.
Yes.
We're doing too much. Also,
way too much.
as the average consumer is not going to spend that much time. Like they want to know who you are. Make it personal.
Yes.
Like we crave human connection.
Right.
And I say that also about this is also a hot button topic. I love when your profile picture is you and not your logo. I also know a lot of people don't love being in front of the camera.
Yeah,
I get it. But I think back to the human connection, I want to know who I'm communicating with. Like, I just think that is so
makes
vital.
it more authentic and real. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my opinion.
Mine's my picture as well. It's one of me going like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, listen, if you're coming here, we're coming for a good time.
Show your personality. Like, I don't even know what my photo is, but like show who you are. Because also back to the whole scammer situation, there are a lot of scammers out here. And there are a lot of vendors or even just people in general that don't show their faces. And like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who I'm communicating with. And I'm speaking as a consumer, not a vendor to vendor. I'm speaking as somebody, I want to know who is behind the product that they're selling, because at the end of the day, you're going to be at my wedding, and not even just my wedding, leading up to the wedding or after the wedding, delivering photos. Like, I just want to know who you are because it makes it more personal. Then I know you're not like a stalker, murderer.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're real. You're real. Yikes. Which adds to having your email on your website as well, or even clickable from your Instagram.
You know, I meant to check that before I started this to see.
You don't have it.
I think I do. I think it's in the bottom. I do think it's in the bottom. Do you know how many weddings I've worked within the last like 2 years where I try and go and send galleries and I can't, and most almost all of my planners are fantastic, amazing, and email me a list of all the people. Shout out all of you. You know who you are. But if the email is not there, and then you're in my Instagram DMs a month and a half later saying, well, why didn't I get the gallery? How am I supposed to find you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just far too busy to go on your Instagram feed and be like, or message you. It's just, let me know, like, put your email there. Put it in your Instagram bio. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just make it accessible for other vendors to find you. And also consumers. Like, don't you want consumers to easily be to reach out to you? I also know this is like a hot button topic for your side because you don't want to have to fill out my inquiry form for a simple question, you know?
Yes.
So,
and what is tough too is like there are some vendors that even if I do have a working relationship with them and I email them about their availability, just complete our form because it goes in our, our CRM and it goes through the whatever. And it's like, okay. And like, honestly, like I feel like as we're talking all of this out, it's like coming across as like, we just want everything to be as easy as possible.
Actually just make this so easy. It's really easy.
But like, that's not even the point. The point is accessibility, and everyone is so overwhelmingly busy sometimes that it's like when you're putting us on a wild goose chase for your emails or whatever the case is, or all the questions, because there are a lot of, I'm not mad that your contact form has personal questions to the couple.
Right.
It should, I think, in certain scenarios. I think that's great. I'm going to leave them blank. I'm going to put NA, or I'm going to email you because I am recommending, if I'm reaching out to you, I think you're going to be a great fit for my couple. And I have not yet had someone be like, you totally missed the mark on that.
Yeah.
Like most of my couples are being like, Jade, you're the best.
Yeah.
This person's perfect.
Because you know what they want.
Exactly. So it's like from a planner point of view, it's just like, hey, I don't want to fill out your contact form. I want your email. Or if this is what really irks me is when I fill out your contact form and I hear nothing for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like I'm responding like criminally fast. I see that.
You should.
That pops up as an email and also a Honeybook notification. I go, got a new one. I just got one right before I walked in. I go, I can't respond right now, but don't worry, I'll get back to you. To your point, where people say it goes into my CRM, whatever.
I get it. I try to respect that.
I have had planners reach out through, and then it comes as like, it'll just say, like they'll fill out their name. I don't want that because then, I don't know who the couple is. So I have my email. I'm going to look when I get home. Actually, I'm going to look on my phone when we're done with this because I need to practice what I preach. But when we say it's the easiest thing to go in and change your website and put it right there at the bottom.
Email.
Or at the top of the contact page. Or in your link tree. There's quite literally, you can customize those buttons. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I'm reaching out because like sometimes going back to like, I won't hear anything, which is insane to me. And
2
usually
weeks is
like
bananas.
Yeah. Like at that point, like I have written you off, to be honest. And then usually like I'm seeing that more like with the Florida wedding that I'm doing, right? Because I don't know these people. So there was like a rental company that was like, oh, I didn't see this. Like, okay, well, we already scheduled a showroom meeting somewhere else while we're down there. So bye. Like you sorry. Whatever. But if you're not responding to the form, then I at least want to email you, or sometimes even when I do fill out the form, because I do want to respect like your flow and maybe like your CRM or whatever. I'm probably sending an email separately to say like, hey, I filled this out in my couple's name. But this is me.
This is them.
I did this, please, like it's full scale.
Right.
Don't email them, like email me first or whatever. But I'll do that sometimes too. And because I still want to like help your workflow because I completely get that.
Yes. And that's so respectful.
Everybody, I'm trying, right? Yeah. But the fact that like I go to reach out to someone, there's no email, it drives me insane.
Well, I find
and a lot of
the
people
excuse
why they don't have it.
It went to spam. Are you not checking your spam folder? I am. I
should.
love another tab to check. I get spam. It's like, ooh, you've won $1 million. Thank you. I'm just like I'm checking every tab there ever was because also I know that can happen with our CRMs. And I tell everybody like, you haven't heard back from me. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Check your spam. So add it to your rotation vendors because spam is real. And sometimes like in this internet world, nothing's perfect. So check that spam.
Right. And couples should be too.
100%.
Yes. If you're inquiring, check, I haven't heard back, check your spam. check your spam. Check your spam. It's very frustrating that like an initial email does land in spam, but it is so wildly true.
Yeah.
Which is just this outline flow has been flowing very well because our last point is CRMs and Honeybook Slander.
Oh, no. The people on Threads are so mad at Honeybook.
So mad they hate it.
My God, I've never seen like a riot so intense other than the Knot and Honeybook. More so Honeybook. People are really mad.
So you use Honeybook?
I love her.
Yeah. So I use it for Brie and Baskets. I don't use it for Joyful Events, but I do use Honeybook, so I'm very familiar.
Yeah.
Where is the Slander and what is the Slander? Where's it coming from? What is it?
The Slander is mainly coming from wedding planners. They hate Honeybook. And you know what? I can understand that. I can understand. However, okay, let me take it back. The slander is that it's difficult for planners to be at. So Honeybook, you can have workspaces.
Yeah.
There's a portal for your client.
Yeah.
It has your contract, your invoice, notes. It has any communication you've ever had. It has my phone number. It has anybody that is collaborative on this project. Where the slander is coming from is planners, if they're not a part of the workspace, which you need to let me know if you want to be, you can't just magically pop on it. Well, it's too hard to open. It's too hard to do this. Well, again, you have to be added to the workspace.
Yes.
And some clients or couples I've seen it within this slander have said, I have to do two authentic. What is it called? Two-factor authentication.
Yes.
You send a code to my email and then I have to click the email. And guess what, guys? You can turn all of that off. You can customize it of how you want it.
That's the answer. Yeah.
And I was actually just on what are those things called? Like a
webinar or something.
A couple weeks ago. Exclusive for photographers for Honeybook, and it was outlining all of their new features. I also got a fun little prize for being on it. So if you get the email, join the webinar, okay? You get free gifts. But I got an exclusive of all of the fun things that they're rolling out specific to photographers, and most of them are live now. So they have the option of galleries. They have the option of text message, which is nice. It's amazing.
That's great.
But my biggest point to this slander, to the haters, take a step back, and you're paying what, $400 a year or something. I think that's pretty cheap if you ask me, for all the things that they offer.
Very, yeah.
If you're paying all that money, why are you not taking a step back and learning the ins and outs of this?
Yeah.
I cannot tell. And I will say, I was once a Honeybook hater. When they upped my pricing, I said, what in God's green earth? Because there were a lot of flaws to it. And then I said, well, if I'm going to pay this, I'm going to utilize the resources that they offer for free. And I'm going to learn the ins and outs. I'm going to learn the workflow. I'm going to learn that I can now have a contract and the next page be my invoice all in one email. Because I was doing one email for the contract, one email for the invoice. I was doing things the most insane way. And then I said, how do I streamline this to make it easier for couples? I hate when the two-factor authentication is on. So guess what? I turned it on.
Yeah.
And I got the warning that says, well, this opens it up to scams. Well, I'm not sending it to.
Right. Who's going to actually click it?
Yeah, I'm not sending it to the wrong person. I know who I'm sending it to.
Yeah.
And I turned it off for blanket. Like, I don't have to turn it off every time I now start a new project.
Yeah.
It is just not a part of my workflow.
Yeah.
So I think the people that are haters, they just don't know any better. It's easier. It's obviously easier to be like, oh, this sucks, right? Instead of just doing the research. And I'll tell you, the research took me almost a week because there are so many things that this offers. And they also have a resource, and this is not free, but they will set everything up for you. So if you're coming from Debsado or whatever the other ones are, they will take your contract and your invoices and your workflow and your brand elements, and they will build it for you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's not free.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Though.
But Honeybook, I think people are just so unaware of all the gold that they're sitting on when they are Honeybook users. I don't know. Honeybook, I'm not sponsored, but I love you guys.
I'll tag.
I have a referral code if anybody needs it. So I think people are so blissfully unaware because it's easier to say, well, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Learn it.
Yeah.
It's easily accessible to learn things now.
Yeah. I use aisle planner just from
I have
wedding
no idea.
planning. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's specifically a wedding planner platform,
And that's amazing.
and it is more expensive. But I've talked to other planners that are like, the ones that are upset about it are the ones that aren't fully utilizing it or fully understanding it. And from someone that uses aisle planner but also uses Honeybook for brie and baskets, like once you unlock so much more, it's like, oh shit, this is not. Like, you can make really nice proposals in it, and yeah, it can be a very pretty thing if the biggest issue is exactly like just add the planner to the portal, and then it's not that serious. Just
just let me know. Just let me know that you want to be added, and it's simply just me putting you as a collaborator.
Right,
and
it's
then,
that easy.
And then I actually had a wedding. It was a 2-part wedding. One was last year, and then the other was this year. And the planner was doing pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It was full scale. Yeah. And she felt she had access to the questionnaire. So she inputted all the information for the couple, and it was that easy. Like, she saw all of the communication that me and the couple had, and that can just let me know.
That's valuable.
Like, just let me know. I just don't understand planners' anger when you're not even like communicating with the photographer or the vendor that is using Honeybook. You just went so quick and being like, I hate this. Well, okay, tell me why, and I'll help you. I promise. It's so easy.
It's fixable.
Yeah, it's fixable.
It's very easily fixable. Taylor Ollason Photography, Pittsburgh based, but will go anywhere for your beautiful photos.
I love
Instagram handles are
See, I'm so
Tay Ola Photo, but it's Tay with 3 A's.
3 A's.
And I will put this in the links. Tay Ola Photo and Tay Ola Sports. And TaylorOllison.com. Because in my mind, I always had Ollason, but it's TaylorOllison.com for all of your photography needs.
Yep.
And she'll go anywhere and just create such a beautifully different, unique wedding day for you, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Again, this has been a couple years in the running to finally get you here. So I'm so grateful.
I love a microphone.
Not to get you here because you were willing. It was me. I was the issue. I was the issue the whole time. But I'm so grateful to, again, now be in my own space where I don't have like a time limit too.
Guys, it's amazing here. Joyful Commons, I walked in and I said, I need to have a party here. Like a happy hour. With somebody walking around with sliders.
Please, someone butler pass.
Just butler pass me like Chick-fil-A nugs or like cheeseburger sliders. I'll be happy.
It needs to be fun.
Oh my God, it'd be so fun.
But I appreciate you very much and for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.